was always involved and dated the authority that was around me, whether that was a principal, a campus security guard, a doctor of mine, someone on a child protective services case, and that includes a chief of police that was coming into my room at night when I was 13, 14.
How young were you when this started?
CPS reports say that I was 3 months old. I remember as far back as to when I was 4, the first time that I was in shock from something that happened to me, the first time that it was just too much for me to handle. And at that time I didn't know it was so much that was already in the family, and I was always told, what happens in the family stays in the family. We were always taken away from certain people if we talked too much. So there was so many things going on within the home, from her and other people in the family doing so many things, besides doing things to their own children. So it was something that I always felt there's something wrong, but I was always told it was normal what was going on. But yeah, I was about 4 years old the first time I was assaulted. I was with my babysitter, and this woman as well had many connections to what I call my surrogate. I don't call her anything close to a mom. I have a real mom that I'm adopted by now, but I don't call her anything close to a mother. But she was involved in many ways. Bio mother was always involved, the one that everybody loved more, and it being my fault that something happened to me. So, from there, things continued, and, being 4 in a court case and not knowing why you're in trouble for somebody hurting you. Moving on from there, I was confused about everything that happened. Is this okay? I started asking questions when I hit elementary and middle school with other students, like, how do you get in trouble? Is this something that happens to you? Because it was always something that happened to me. I was always told I was the favorite. I was told I was the one that everybody loved more, and nothing about that was love. Going on, I was so much that I was working in clubs by 12 years old. I was very confused, but to be honest, because I didn't know any better, I was very hyper as well. And by 13, when because at first it was just her boyfriends coming into my room at night, and then when the police officers came into play, they were taking me in my own closet and hurting me with the hangers and the things that were in my own closet. And then, I started running a lot. I started fighting a lot. I wanted to kill myself. I didn't want to kill myself. I wanted the pain to stop. So I tried everything, because it was always my fault. It was always something that I did. It was always, they loved me more, and this was something that I deserved. And after I started running so much with her dating police officers, married police officers, he started calling his friends to pick me up. He started calling his friends to meet me somewhere. They would pick me up as an officer on duty, and they would take me somewhere behind rocks. They would take me to empty car dealerships and park their cars the wrong way. No one questions them. No one, anywhere, everybody can say, no one questions the police. If you see them sitting the wrong way, if you see them doing something and you see them with somebody, you automatically assume that they did something wrong and that the police are going to fix it and that they're there to serve and protect. And that's not always the case. I know that there are some good officers, but they're very few and far in between. And there's another side of the badge, and it's called the Freeman Brotherhood Police, the Freeman Cops. And they do a lot of corrupt things. They bury a lot of things. They bury a lot of evidence. They do things and they get away with it. And covering up for elite to low level. Everybody looks at the top, but covering all the way from the top to the bottom and in the middle, they cover for these people. They make sure that nobody asks any questions. They make sure that this is something that is silenced. It's made to look like it's someone else's fault. And after so many times of fighting them, being arrested and put into cars to be used, they would bring other girls, they would bring other kids. And I never met anybody else when it came to them. It was just they were bringing other kids. Bio mother was always involved and dated the authority that was around.